Hello students, welcome to today's session. We saw how Mr. Lamb motivated Derry to consider all the people his friends, and he also said that hatred is more harmful than a bottle of acid. Now Derry started sharing what happened to him when he came back from hospital. He said after I had come home, one person said he would have been better off stopping in there in the hospital. He would be better off with others like himself. She thinks blind people only ought to be with other blind people and idiot boys with idiot boys. So there was one woman who said that Derry, who now had one side of the face burnt with acid, she thought that now he should not live with normal people. He should live with people like him. Then Mr. Lamb asked, and people with no legs altogether? Should they live altogether? Terry said, that's right. Mr. Lamb asked, what kind of a world that would be? Terry said, at least there would be nobody to stare at you because you weren't like them. Means if you have one leg and the other people around you also have one leg, so they will not be staring at you because you are not different. Because you were not like them. So Mr. Lamb asked, so you think you are just the same as all the other people with burnt faces? Can appearance decide that the people are same in their personality or talent or anything else? So Mr. Lamb asked, do you think that you are just the same with like the people who have burnt faces? Just by what you look like. Everything is different, everything is the same, but everything is different itself. This is very important. Everything is different. Okay, every person has their own different nature, personality, taste. Everything is different. Everything is the same because in fact everything is just life. Okay, so if we talk about their life, they are same, but if we talk about their living style or their taste or their habits or anything else, they are different. Darius asked, how do you make all that out? How do you speak these beautiful things? Mr. Lamb said, watching, listening, and thinking. Then Daddy was very inspired with Mr. Lamb's garden. He shared, I would like a place like this, a garden. I would like a house with no curtains. So he also wanted now to live a life like Mr. Lamb. He was so inspired by Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb said, the gate is always open. If you have liked it, you can come at any time. Daddy said, but this isn't mine. It's yours. I just want my garden. But Mr. Lamb again said a beautiful thing. He said, everything is yours if you want it. What's mine is anybody's. He said, if you like it, it's yours. Everything which belongs to me belongs to everybody else. Then Derry asked surprisingly, so I could come here again? Even if you were out, I could come here? Suppose you are not here and I want to come inside. Can I? Mr. Lamb said, certainly, you can. You might find others here, of course. Maybe some other people also come to enjoy the garden. And when Derry came to know that there can be other people, he said, oh, because other people bother him. He doesn't like to be with other people. Mr. Lamb said, well, that need not stop you. You need not mind them. If the people are there, you should not stop. Derry said it would stop them. They would mind me. When they saw me here, they look at my face and run. Mr. Lamb said they might. Maybe they feel uncomfortable and they run. They might not. But there may be some people who would not run. You would have to take the risk, so would they. You will have to try it and the people will also try to be with you. Daddy said, no, you would. You would be at risk. You might have me and lose all your other friends. If you will have me by your side, the people will run away. Because nobody wants to stay near me if they can help it. Mr. Lamb said, I have not moved. I am here with my own choice. I can help. I can go inside, but I am here because I like spending time with you. Daddy said, no. Then Mr. Lamb started telling him that when I go down the street, the kids shout, lay me lamb. But they still come into the garden, into my house. It's a game. They aren't afraid of me. Why should they be? Because I'm not afraid of them. That's why no. So he also has that physical impairment, and the people, the kids especially, call him like Lammy Lamb, but they are not afraid of him and they come inside. Derry asked, "Did you get your leg blown off in the war?" Lamb said, "Certainly." So he had got his leg blown off in a war. Then Derry asked, thinking, "How will you climb on a ladder and get the crab apples down then? With one leg? How will you climb the ladder?" But Mr. Lamb said, "Oh, there is a lot of things I have learned to do, and plenty of time for it. Years, I take it steady." He said that I have learned lot of things and I'm practicing it regularly. Then Derry had a doubt. He said, "If you fell and broke your neck, you could lie on the grass and die. If you were on your own, if you will be doing this without anybody's help, you can die." Mr. Lamb said, "I could. Maybe I will fall down and I will die." But still, he was doing this. He was not afraid of death even. Then Derry again said, "You said I could help you." In the beginning, Lamb said, "I want to pluck the crab apples. You can give me a hand." He said it in the beginning. Mr. Lamb said, "Yes, if you want to, you can come and help me." Then Derry said, "But my mother will want to know where I am. It's 3 miles home across the fields. I'm 14. But they still want to know where I am." Now Derry remembers that his mother would be worried because his house is 3 miles away and he just wants to go and tell his mother that where he was. Mr. Lamb agreed. He said, "Yes, people worry. If you are not okay, the people who are close to you, they worry about you." But Derry said, "People fuss. Fuss means make noise." Mr. Lamb said, "Go back and tell your parents that you are here." Derry said, "It's 3 miles. It's a long distance." Then Mr. Lamb replied him, "It's a fine evening. You have got legs. You can go and come back." Then Derry said, "Once I got home, they would never let me come home. If I go home, my parents would never let me come back." Lamb said, "Once you got home, you would never let yourself come back." Mr. Lamb challenged him that you don't like being with near people, so you would not be allowing yourself to come back. Terry, he said, you don't know what I could do." He got it as a challenge and he said, "You don't know what I could do." Lamb said, "No, only you know that. What a person can do is only known to a person. Nobody else can know it." Terry said, if I want, I can do anything." Mr. Lamb said, "If you chose. I don't know everything, boy. I can't tell you what to do." Now Mr. Lamb just wanted to do his work. Daddy said, "They tell me. My parents tell me what to do or what not to do." Mr. Lamb asked, "Do you have to agree whatever your parents say?" Daddy says, "I don't know what I want." So he does not know what he wants, what his talents are, so he does whatever his parents say. If a child is not confident enough, then he follows whatever is said to him. Then he said, "I want something no one else has got or ever will have. Something just mine, like this garden. I don't know what it is." But now Derry has started thinking what he should have. He just wants to have a garden like Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb said, "You could find out what you want." Then he said, How? How I can find out that what I want, what my interests are? How can I find it out?" Mr. Lamb said, "Waiting, watching, listening, sitting here or going there, I'll have to see to the bees." He said, "You can wait, you can watch the things, you can listen to yourself, you can sit here and talk to yourself, and then you can find out. But now it's my time, I'll have to see to the bees." Derry asked, "Those other people who come here, do they talk to you, ask you things?" Lamb replied, "Some do, some don't. I ask them, I like to learn. People talk to me or not, it's their wish. But I talk to them because I like to learn." Derry said, "I don't believe in them. I don't think anybody ever comes. You are here all by yourself and miserable, and no one would know if you were alive or dead, and nobody cares." Here Derry has a doubt. He said, "Mr. Lamb, you are telling a lie. I don't believe any person comes here because you are here alone. Nobody is here and nobody cares for you." Mr. Lamb got irritated somewhere and said, "You think what you please. Whatever makes you happy, you can think." Daddy said, "All right then, tell me some of their names. Tell me the names of some people who come here." And Mr. Lamb said, "What are names? Tom, Dick, or Harry?" Getting up, I'm off down to the bees. Now Mr. Lamb is getting somewhere angry. Why? Because he doesn't know the name of even a single person. The people there come only to enjoy the garden. They do not come to have a connection with Mr. Lamb. They even do not tell them their name, and they do not come back ever. They just come, enjoy the beauty, and go. Derry said, "I think you are daft. You are crazy." Mr. Lamb said, "That's a good excuse. You are making excuse that I am crazy." Derry could not understand. He said, "What for? What for I am making excuse? You don't talk sense." Then Mr. Lamb said, "You are making excuse not to come back, because he said you can come and help me. And you have got a burned up face, and that's other people's excuse. You are giving me excuse because you don't want to come back to me, so you say that nobody comes here. And you have got a burned up face, that's other people's excuse who do not want to be with you." Derry got very angry when he talked about his excuse. "You are like the others. You like to say things like that. If you don't feel sorry for my face, you are frightened of it. And if you are not frightened, you think I'm ugly as a devil." Now Derry got angry. He said to Mr. Lamb that you are also like other people. You are not sorry for my face. It means you are afraid of my face. And if you are not afraid of my face, you think that I am very, very ugly. I am a devil, don't you? You think like this. He shouts. But Mr. Lamb does not reply. He has gone to his bees. He has gone back to his work. Derry then quietly replied, "No, you don't. Means you are not like others. I like it here." He has now told this thing to himself. No, Mr. Lamb is not like others, and I have started liking it. There is a pause. Derry gets up and shouts, "I'm going, but I'll come back. You see, you wait. I can run. I haven't got a tin leg. I'll be back." So he said, "Now I'm going to tell my mom where I am, but I will come back." Derry runs off. There is silence and the sounds of the garden again. So this was scene 1. And now some important other ways to say some commonly used phrases. Like ways to say I'm hungry, we can say I'm starving, I'm famished, I'm craving for whatever you want to eat, I'm ravenous, I'm hungry as a wolf, I have got the munchies. So you can use these words. Try it and you will be impressing others. Next, ways to say yes. You can say I absolutely agree, definitely, that's right, yep, sounds good to me, I couldn't agree more, or sure. Ways to say I'm busy. We can say I'm buried in work. It's not buried, I'm buried in work, or I'm overwhelmed with work, or I have got a lot on my plate. This is very common. This is used by many of the people around. I have got a lot on my plate already. I'm tied up, I'm as busy as bee, or I'm slammed, or I'm up to my ears in work. So these are some ways to say these phrases. Note them down. Have a good day.